guys, it's Bridget, and today we are talking about food. So the title might be a little misleading. I'm not talking about like best restaurants ever. I'm specifically talking about my favorite go-to restaurants in my neighborhood in DC. And these are mine and Matt's favorites, so I'll explain that a little bit more as we go into my 10 favorite restaurants in my neighborhood in DC. Here we go. Okay, these aren't really in any particular order. They're just sort of the ones that we really like and that we go to most often and are within very easy walking distance of our apartment. The first one is called Alta Strada, which is actually a pretty new restaurant. It just opened, I guess, a couple months ago. They do like modern Italian food is how I would describe it. So it's not one of those Italian restaurants where you get like a 6-pound plate of spaghetti. It's definitely like nice portions that you can share with other people. They also do amazing cocktails, which Matt really loves a good old-fashioned, and I love a good gin and tonic, and they make their own syrups, and they're really delicious cocktails. So if you like good, simple, manageable portions of Italian food and good cocktails, that's definitely a place you should check out if you're in the area. One of our favorite things to get is their calamari, and we're kind of connoisseurs of calamari. We tend to get it like everywhere we go, but it's not breaded, which is nice. It's a good way to start your meal with just like a light calamari dish. They do sort of like a spicy tomato sauce with it. It's really delicious and obviously one of our favorite restaurants. Next one. This I think is a DC favorite. They have multiple locations, but we have one really close to us, and it's Busboys and Poets. And this is one of those restaurants that's just like good, it's cheap, good like southern comfort food, great atmosphere. There's actually a bookstore as part of the restaurant, so we kind of like meander through the books and then get some food if we're not feeling like cooking on a busy weeknight. And like I said, it's really good prices, good comfort food. A couple things I like to get there. They have like a hash, a sweet potato hash that's really good. Matt usually gets like a sandwich. They have really good like Cubano sandwiches. They have a lot of different things, but it's cheap, it's close, and it's sort of like a DC favorite. The next one is, I think this is pretty new. It actually opened like in August or September, around the time we were moving here, and the first time we went there actually was after we went to see the Pope at the Capitol, and then we went to this restaurant. It's called Bar Deco, and it's in this like really old building that they took over, and the restaurant like takes up 4 floors, so there's like a rooftop you can eat at or like different levels, and it's just a really cool, I mean obviously like Art Deco vibe. It's called Bar Deco, so that's sort of like the vibe of it. Another like comfort food restaurant, one of my favorite things to get there is they have these little chicken biscuits, and they make like a jalapeno jam that goes on top, and really good comfort food. Another good place to get a good cocktail, and it's really close to the movie theater, so that's one of our favorite places to go if we're doing like dinner and a movie date night kind of thing. So my next favorite is not a sit-down restaurant. It's kind of one of those little hole-in-the-wall places that I pass on my way home from the metro. So it's one of those places that we tend to grab if we don't feel like cooking and we want a quick bite. It's called Beef and Bread, and I would describe it as like if Arby's did gourmet sandwiches. They're really, really good. I usually get a roast beef sandwich. It's called the Kansas City sandwich. They do like really good roast beef with Munster cheese and barbecue sauce, and it's not a healthy place. I'm not describing any of these places as healthy, I don't think. No. And Matt usually gets a sandwich called the Penn Quarter, which is a corned beef sandwich. You can't go wrong. All of them are delicious. They make their own like jalapeno sauces. It's delicious and fast and cheap in a pretty good location. So the next favorite, these aren't in any particular order, but the next one is a coffee shop that is really close to us, and it's called A Baked Joint. And they have another restaurant called Baked and Wired in Georgetown, but Baked Joint is really close to us. It's one of my favorite coffee shops. They have a huge location, delicious coffee, and the best part is amazing pastries and desserts. They recently started doing a banana pudding that is to die for. And if you've ever been to Birmingham, Alabama, and you've had banana pudding at Dreamland Barbecue, this one gives that a run for its money. And that's a pretty big statement if you've ever had Dreamland Barbecue banana pudding. So, yeah, and then it's also one of our go-to places for like a quick breakfast or just to sit and have a cup of coffee. It's a cool location and delicious baked goods of all kinds. The next one is not really a restaurant either. It's called Dangerously Delicious Pies. They also have a food truck that goes around, but they do sweet and savory pies, and they do them very well. Matt's favorite is rhubarb pie. He loves rhubarb and rhubarb pie, and their rhubarb pie is delicious. I'll eat any of their pies, but recently I had their chocolate peanut butter chess pie, and it was delicious. The slices are pretty big, and I will say by the slice they're pretty expensive, so it's not a place that we go too often, but if we're looking for a treat yourself treat, it's definitely a go-to spot. The next one is another coffee shop. This one isn't so much known for their like pastries. I mean, they have good pastries, but it's definitely like a high quality coffee shop. It's called La Colombe or La Colombe. Not sure how people say it, but there's a location really close to us. They have a couple locations, but the one near us is right near a park. So one of our favorite things to do on Sundays is grab a really good iced coffee and sit in the park with Bart and just enjoy our coffee and enjoy the summer sunshine. The next one is really close to us. It's a French restaurant called L'Hommage, and it opened pretty soon after we moved here. And they have a great happy hour. It's a French restaurant, so you can get really good beef bourguignon, or they have a really good hamburger. They have really good food, and it's really close by, and the staff is all really nice. During the blizzard, actually, the staff rented hotel rooms close by so that they could keep their restaurant open for people that were snowed in. So it's a great staff and really good food and really close to us. The next one is called Penn Commons. This is definitely a happy hour favorite in this neighborhood. I think every time we go there on like Thursday or Friday night, it is packed. They have a huge beer selection, really good happy hour, and one of my favorite things there is actually this pretzel bread, and they have like a mustard like butter spread that you put on it, and it's so good. I would just go there for the pretzel bread, to be honest. It's really good. And another one of those restaurants that's really close to the movie theater, so a good dinner and a movie location. And the last one is actually a restaurant we tried really recently and just opened a couple weeks ago, and actually the Obamas were there the other night. So I was walking Bart, and they have people with like metal detectors outside, like if you're going into the restaurant, because the Obamas were there. So there you are. They weren't there when we ate there, but it's called Ottoman Taverna, and it's, again, all of these are very close to us. And it's Turkish food, and I haven't been exposed to like traditional Turkish food very much, but we went the other night and got like a bunch of different spreads, and they also did really good authentic Turkish cocktails, and it's definitely like a nicer restaurant. They have like white tablecloths, and it's definitely like on the upper end of the ones that I've mentioned, but if you like Turkish food and you're in DC, I think it's a great spot and a beautiful restaurant. It's brand new, and the decor is beautiful, and the food is great, and our waiter was authentic, like from Turkey, and knew like all the details about all the food. So it was a really fun experience, and I think I'm gonna have to try more Turkish food now. So that's it, guys. Those are, I guess, mine and Matt's favorite restaurants in our neighborhood. If you like these kinds of videos, I could do more, maybe other neighborhoods in DC, or yeah, let me know if you like it or care, or if you've been to any of these restaurants, I'd love to know what you think about them. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and would like to see more foodie favorite kinds of videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media. All those links will be down below. Stay bougie, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.